This is Gladson Awako. You are watching the player's perspective.
Right here on Inside PFAG TV. Yes, the midfield maestro is right here. Very skillful, technically great, and also a leader. And here, right inside PFAG TV, we don't only talk about what the players do, we also educate the players. On this note, welcome home, Gladson.
Thank you. Thank you, boss. Thank you very much.
How's everything going with you?
Not too bad. There's been there has been few up and downs, but I'm still doing good.
You're kicking well.
Yeah, I'm still doing good.
As I mentioned, this is your home. Feel right at ease. You see, we brought a nice canopy for you, a sofa to relax. You can see Bahalas and Chipsa is there. Kaiser, Chipsa families. and then you have Philip also from the Players Relations Department. You know everybody very well, very well. Right?
Yes, I think let's take this opportunity to also express our condolence to him because they know that a couple of weeks ago. So we on behalf of the PFG and the Jews have our condolence.
Yes. On this note, we have to be correctly and correct. We say, same to you, Mr. Bahalas and Chipsa. May the soul rest in perfect peace. Okay. Let's go on. Okay.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity once again. I would like to use this platform today to also say a big thank you to the BFAG. We've been having a lot of issues, a lot of problems around our game here in Ghana. We've never had an organization like the PFAG. You are doing so well. You are doing a great job for us here, those playing here, those playing outside. Because I'm saying this because of my issue with Accra Football, and we all know how strong this club is. But I came in with no problem, and everything was okay, was solved. And I want to thank you very much. I want to thank you so much. And I believe I'm not going to be the first and the last, which our edge. Whoever is facing the same problem with me shouldn't hesitate to bring me over to PFAG, and they will make sure everything will be just fine. Thank you very much.
That's nice to know. Our slogan is with them and for them, and I believe our head of player relations, Yusuf Bahalas and Chipsa, I think Gladson spoke a little bit about it, but maybe to explain better to our viewers what he's really talking about. I think I'll hand it over to you, and later maybe Philip also, you add to it before we dwell really deep inside one of our midfield maestros career. Okay?
Yes, Jesus, thank you very much. And as Gladson rightly said, he had issue with Accra Football. I would have preferred if he could brief our listeners a little bit on what happened, how it started before we came, so that they could hear the genesis of the case from the horse's own mouth. Then we can also come in with our side, how we came there, how we
chronologically,
yeah.
really.
Yeah.
All right. So it all happened. I'm on running contract with the club, so it got to a time I had a little injury from the chan. We came back and then I signed a new contract with Asofo before going to the chan. So unfortunately, when we got back from the chan,
in Algeria.
Yeah. So I came back with an injury. So as I got back, there's been these few issues here and there, thinking that maybe because of my injury, then Gladson can't play again, or Gladson is done because Gladson is old here and there. So they decided that they won't include me in the coming season, which they didn't tell me. So I got to know when the list came out for the players for the season, my name was.
But you still had the running
I
contract.
still had a running contract, but my name wasn't included, and they never told me, or we never cancel it. We never they never released me, but they just decided not to include me in the team. So when it happens like that, I don't have any power. I can't fight them. So I ran to PFAG quickly, which I know they have all the power that I needed them. So I couldn't do anything until I ran to PFAG. So this is what happened.
Yeah, so that is right. So Gladson got in touch with us officially, and that this is the case with us. He has a running contract, and he was not part of the 30-man squad that was registered for the league. And for the benefit of our listeners, that is a breach of contract, because if a player is under contract as part of the club's responsibilities, he's supposed to train with the club and supposed to play games for the club. And therefore, if you don't register him as part of the 30-man squad, there should be a proper arrangement. Either he's loaned out to another club where he can continue to exercise his right and responsibilities, or you find a way to part ways amicably so that he can join another club of his choice. None of this happened, and they just kept him out, and they were trying to push him away. So we got in touch with Asofo, and we contacted them, and they reminded them that that act is actually against the rules. It's a breach of contract, and therefore we requested that they write back to us and then confirm that he's actually part of the 30-man squad or is going to be registered. We never got a response from them. We sent them a couple of letters. They never responded until we took the action to unilaterally terminate the contract, as is right, because he has that right. Since we've given the club a notice, default notices, and given them a minimum of 40 days, we give them more than 40 days. They never responded, so they took the we apply the rules as it's stated in the regulations that we unilaterally terminate the contract based on that. He's not given the right to train, he's not registered to exercise his professional abilities. We went ahead to file for his claims. I think Philip is also here, because Philip was the one who was attending the cases with him and the press. So Philip would also share his view, what happened at the player status committee. And then in general, we can also educate the public and other clubs who will be having the opportunity to listen to us, that there are certain acts and behaviors that some of the clubs put up that is totally against the rules and regulations. The laws and regulations of football cuts across the globe. The laws in Germany are the same laws here in Ghana, because the German Football Federation and Ghana Football Federation are all members of FIFA, and therefore the same set of rules transcend down here. So they shouldn't think otherwise. They only try to compare our players to the Europeans in a good note. Look at that player, look at that player. But when it comes to the opposite side, what the clubs need to do for the players, they don't compare themselves to the Bundesliga clubs and the Serie A clubs. But it has to be the same. The rules and regulations do not change.
Quite curious here. What would make the clubs here think they've got the power to do such a thing? I'm quite curious because.
Well, I think it's been a practice before the birth of PFAG. During our days, we never had a union that was fighting for us. So clubs had the autonomous right to do whatever they do with clubs. And that is the practice that a lot of the administrators have also adopted. They learned on the job and they try to carry on. But
could it be lack of education in the club side, or lack of enforcement from the football association?
That is also a part of it, because it's a collective responsibility. We have to do our part as a players' union. The clubs will have to do their part. The FA will have to do their part. So we need to join forces together. But the clubs are fond of, sorry to use this word, abusing the rights of players. Just because it's been done so in the past without any challenge or without anybody standing up for the players. But thanks to PFAG, it it's no more like that.
Yeah.
But we try to be diplomatic enough because we also know the system and we respect the players. So when it comes to Asofo, Asante Kotoko, Ash Gold, those the powerhouses.
Yeah.
We try to, give them their respect and try as much as possible to resolve the issue amicably. But if we are not able to do that, we take it up to the authorities, and that is the GFA.
Yeah.
Since it's a domestic case, GFA they have the jurisdiction to handle the case. But if it goes beyond that, then we have to go to FIFA. of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
I think what is also important to know is there's a teachers association, there's a nursing association, there's even a bar association. I could go on with different associations who are representing the interests of the members. And for me, as a founder, that has always been my idea, to defend the interests of the players. That there's an organization who stands in for them in terms of contractual disagreement, maybe salaries not paid. And where he's sitting, we sat there before. We know how a player functions. But one thing you must not forget, all of us who are here, we traveled and we came back. We know how it's done outside. We know how it's done over here. Why am I saying that? Players must learn to be also bold enough. You see, a players' union can only be highly respected when all the players are on board. You can go and take the lead, okay? You say, I'm going to do this and this. And then the players say, we don't want to fight clubs. I remember when we went to Hatsupok and we were there and we spoke to the players. When Alaji Akambi, Ojote, all of them, when we showed them all the things we were doing, they were very surprised. It's not only defending the interests of the players. Like I said earlier on, there's education and many other things. When will you have a problem with that? You will only have a problem with that when, yes. So maybe Philip, if you have anything to add to this case.
Yeah, for me, I just look at it from this angle that if a player wants to leave the club and maybe a Chelsea or maybe another club in Africa wants to take him on, he has no power of his own to actually say that I'm going to just walk away or I'm going to tell the club, hey, let's part ways, I want to go elsewhere. And if he's not in that position to do that, then why does the club feel that they can, just get rid of the player when the player cannot do the same? Why do they feel that they can do the same? So I always, tell the players that you sign a contract, you have your rights, you have your responsibilities, and so does the club as well. So if the club if you can't leave on your own, then you also need to understand that the club has no power to also just get rid of you. And Gladson's case was, it's quite popular with the cases that we handle. Clubs trying to force players out, using all these ways that they can possibly, use to get rid of them, denying them access to training, possibly calling fans to come in and then trying to intimidate you and then force you out.
Philip, before you continue, we should not generalize. I think there are clubs who are coping very, very well with us as well. So I don't want that to generalize. Can you understand? I think what is also very important, they have gotten to know a lot about us, so we always have to be a little bit careful to generalize. Maybe, sorry, I can't.
Some clubs, if I should put it that way, some clubs, trying to get rid of players. So, when Gladson came in, we went through the letters, everything, served the club a couple of notices, and, we didn't really get any response. So then we had to take them on to the player status committee of the FA, which is the body constituted by the FA to deal with all player issues. So we went in there, and for us, and I think with most of the cases that we've handled, I mean, we've tried to go through the legal way, and for every case that we attempt, I think we are pretty confident of winning. And just for him to be confident enough to go in there and then say it as it is. And I went there, with him, sat by him throughout the proceedings. He was asked what his issue was. He made his statement. The club's representative was also asked. And then the chairman of the committee told him, you know what, this is a straightforward issue. You guys have flouted the law. And so you guys need to pay him. And then it came to the issue of how much was going to be paid. And I think Gladson was generous enough to take some portions of it. And they gave them the time to pay it off. And then that was the end of it.
So at the end of the day, you settled.
Yeah.
But we are still not. But I let it be. We are not done. But
They still have some outstanding.
they still have some outstanding to do. But I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah. But there's a bigger problem here, and I think it needs to be talked about because right now, without the players' union, a lot of these players would have nowhere and nobody to fight for them. So there's a bit of a systematic error there. And what I'm saying is, if the Football Association, who is supposed to stand in and govern and make sure things are done right, can do this on their own, then a lot of the players, not just in Ghana, but in Africa, as we've seen, would find themselves in many problems like this. And I see a conflict of interest. If the home team is also the referee, in this case, then a lot of the away team players would never find victory in this. So if the people that are supposed to oversee this are the same people that are doing this, meaning the club administrators and the members in those positions, then many of our players would find themselves in.
No, point of correction.
Yeah.
The judicial body of the FA has no members of the clubs.
But who appoints them?
Anyway, it's the management of the FA that appoints them. And they are independent.
Yeah.
They are independent. And I'll take this opportunity to commend the Player Status Committee chairman and the entire committee for a marvelous job done. They've been very, very fair
And they have been
every case.
Yeah.
Where the players are wrong, they put it straight to the players wrong.
Right.
Where the clubs are wrong, they put it straight to them.
Absolutely.
Our few challenges have got to do with the disciplinary committee. That leads to a little bit
Enforcement. Because
Yeah.
normally within 14 days.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
the Player Status Committee chairman and his members have really done a good job. They've
Good.
really done a good. And as a means of educating some of the clubs, in the case of Awako, when the case was called, House of Folk never had a legal representative. They had a club administrator who was there, who is not a lawyer and can't interpret the rules and regulations very well.
Yeah.
And for me, that is a negative.
Yeah.
Because
It's key.
yes, very, very important. A club like House of Folk should have a legal person who is deep in knowledge so far as sports law is concerned to be handling their cases. You cannot send an administrator to come represent you at a judicial body in a case like this.
Yeah.
So the club should take note of such mistakes. It shouldn't happen. And again, most times when we send letters, they don't respond. I don't know why. If they regard or they don't respect the PFAG.
That's what it would be like when. Would not be
You know.
Yeah.
So I mean, we are saying this so other clubs can also learn from their mistakes. It's very important. I know most of the clubs have legal representatives, but then law is just like medicine.
Yeah.
We have areas of specialization. You have a dentist, you have an eye specialist, you have a surgeon, you have a gynecologist. So is law.
Yeah.
We have people who do litigation, who do corporate law, who do
Maritas and all that.
properties.
Yeah.
We have
People
sports,
who do everything.
yes. And we have sports lawyers.
Right.
So most of the lawyers that the clubs have do not even know the RSTP. They
Right.
don't know what is in there. And that is the set of rules and regulations governing the sport
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
So clubs should also try as much as possible to make sure they get the right professionals to be handling their cases.
Yeah.
Right.
So you see, with the Professional Football Association of Ghana, excuse me, we have someone here who is not only a former player, who also studied law. We have a legal counsel as well with Mr. Tio. We are well set up. And this is also a message to the players. Don't come to us when the problem is already at a certain level. Try and anticipate. We have different tools. We have the PFAG mobile application at professionalfootballassociation.com. You go in on iOS or on
Google Play,
Google Play,
they call it now.
and you can go in and you find our application. You don't even need to come to the office. You can sign in on there. Okay, we are trying to get closer to the players. You see all these gentlemen here, they're also there to support you. Gladson, I called you a midfield maestro. Okay, normally we call only one person a maestro. Abidi Pele are you? But at your own level, you have done a lot of good. Did you always want to become a footballer?
Yes, through my life, it has been football, and I've known Mr. Yusuf here and Faisal way back in Teshi. So,
Oh wow!
We grew up together.
Oh wow! This is interesting. Okay. I should have done my research, but I put the right people here on the podcast. You see?
throughout my life, that's the vicinity I grew in. Everything is football. School, after school, the pitch is right in front of the school. So sometimes I don't even wait for the bell. Like
Yeah.
I'm right there, ready to.
But you don't read the books in school.
I do read it. I know it's very important,
Yeah.
but you should know where you fit.
Yeah.
Though
But you shouldn't neglect
yeah,
education as
I
well.
didn't leave that,
Yeah.
but I also felt in a way that I can't ignore the school. I knew where
Yeah.
my strength was. So though I was going to the school, but I make sure that I focus more on the football side too.
There's also something we call the School of Life, which is also very, very important. You know, our University of Life. You know, so I think you've gained a lot of experience. But coming back, growing up in Teshi, who were your role models? Because a lot of good footballers came out of Teshi.
Then I had a coach called Alai. He was playing one of these Coast League under 17 then, and he himself, he owns a club to this Coast team. He has under 12, 14, and 15. So coming up, he was a midfielder too.
He was with me.
Yes.
Good player?
Very good.
Oof. You think he's maestro? You should have seen this guy.
So that means he was very skillful.
Yeah.
He was a midfielder too, and we have Mr. Yusuf there too.
Like Kingston.
Yeah.
We have Kingston. We have a lot of footballers there, but coming up, I was more closer to Alai, and I was seeing the Yusuf too. So these are the people I was
Yeah.
seeing most.
They inspired you.
And they inspired me a lot. But Yusuf was not more like it's like he didn't stay around more like how I used to see Alai. So when I watch Alai's games, Aboma, that's when they play like which is before they turn the team to Masajan or something like that. That's when we always go towards them. So I was watching Alai coming up as a kid. That's how it started.
Wow. So,
I don't know.
Please,
I don't know
tell
if
more
you
stories.
if you remember, but yeah. So for us, there was those who know Teshi very well, Teshi Ghana School. Okay, this is where everything started, and there was Rago at that time, Division 3. This is where all the kids gather. All right. If you want to kick a ball, you have to go to Ghana School Park.
Was Rago for grassroots?
No, Division 3.
Proper Division 3.
Proper Division 3 team at the time. It had a Lee, Richard Kinson, Larry Kinson, all these players came from there. So for us to even get a ball to kick, we had to be ball boys, right? So you sit around, you watch. If the ball goes out, well, you play your juggler, passes back and forth. I don't know if you remember this story, because there was one evening at training. It was us few friends, me, him, Jiba for Uria Santi was part of us too. May so rest in peace. And we would just kick around. Yeah, yeah. We would just kick around and we would joke who's going to be the first person to go to professional. He would always say him, right? He was the smallest too. He would always say him. And we'd be like, yeah, the smallest, yeah. We'd be like, yeah, come on, you're still little. But that's it. That's how we grew up. We'll watch, we'll play, and it just started from there. So happy to see, he's made it. He had the vision. He knew he was going to make it, and he just went for it. So
who was the player you really looked up to
at that time? Please sure, yes. Definitely, he was there.
You have no other choice.
Yes, I would say him. It has to be him. Yeah, Adolf was there. Seta Blade. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's in Scandinavia.
Yeah.
Like you said, like Teshin has always produced wonderful players. Even until now, they still produce wonderful players. And
It seems like in Ghana, when I look at Philip, we had Prince Tego, excuse me, on the show. We had Muntari Tego on the show. They spoke about Medina.
Yeah.
Also, a lot of great players who came out. It was like community based.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. But that was it. That was the clubs. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you had Teshi, Minwa,
Yeah.
Ga, Bukum,
Labadi.
Labadi.
Yeah.
So during the weekends, when you start from Friday till Sunday, you can go to Bukum where you're not lucky to qualify to the finals. You pack your things, you go.
Exactly. And play again. Yeah. That was it.
If you're not able to go to finals, you go to Minwa. So it's packed.
Yeah.
Throughout, from Tema to Ga.
Wow.
That is how we go.
Yeah. The community team.
I've
So
stayed in Bukum for like almost a month, all because of the football.
Yeah. And
I
bro,
stayed there for a month.
this helped a lot because you see, during those days, our mates, Don Bonte, Anthony Bodai, Derek Boateng, Isaac Ibrahim,
Great players.
we were all mates from the Muncheri level, so we knew each other. We either meet in the same team or play against each other. Then we got up, we invited the regional team, the Greater Accra 12, and then to the nationals and to the mission. So before you get to the top level, you've known each other for years and you've played together so many times. So the connection, it's already there.
And that helped in the youth national teams.
Exactly.
Because you always a big group, a big set of people who play together and knew each other. You know.
Well, a player that has played with all these areas, these kind of communities, when you are coming out, like you on the field, you are always ready. Like, because playing from those areas, having to get a pitch like this, it's always easy for you to just.
And then you see everything. Like this, ways and means,
Everything.
this mechanism,
Yeah.
you are coming to park with, they put you on their shoulders.
You don't even need to.
They don't tell you to walk.
You don't need a warm up.
They
They
will
will
tell
keep
you
you in a room.
Juju and
Hello?
They will just keep you in a room.
Yeah.
Very, very hot temperature. And before you come out,
you are sweating.
you are sweating, you are fine already.
You are warm.
You are warm. You are on fire. Yeah.
So a lot of great players came out from there. You just mentioned they're watching them. And did you guys also play like Medina against Teshi? Or
It used
just,
to be during Homo War.
okay.
During Homo War, then it is in cities of town.
Yeah.
Teshi used to play with Mwa. Labadi used to play with Osu, Ghana. So it's still today. It's still
And
there.
not to forget the Monday Stars.
Yes.
You know, especially when the professionals come. You know, every community has their Monday Stars. Monday Stars. You know, from Indafa Park to Kotobabi, Jingano,
Babishi,
Park, everywhere.
Kotobabi was a famous one those days.
I used to play there. It was fantastic. Packed.
Yeah.
They were following you on every step.
Yeah.
Wow.
When you were opening the car, they were accompanying you. You know, at that time there was no Instagram. No
Yeah.
Just imagine.
If you compare those days to now, indeed the standards are falling. Yeah, standards are falling.
And I
Wow.
think also, you see, when I was in Germany, I heard so many names. And what I realized also,
Yeah.
I think in one of the podcasts we spoke about Shamoleda, Joe Debra, things like that, that people just wanted to go to the stadium because they heard certain names.
Yeah.
Just to see, I want to see this player live. You know, the same like you when you were growing up. You know, so who was the player you really wanted to see?
Okay,
You heard of and you want to talk, maybe to see.
yes, back then, Ishmael because now I have
Sometimes cooking.
Ishmael. Though I wasn't a striker, but coming up as a kid, we don't really get a position that we want to play. But when we hear the name scoring goals each and every week, you know, we all love to see him. And I remember there's this man in the area that loves us so much. Every week when he's coming to the stadium, he tries to bring me to, but it's late during the May 9th issue. It's late now.
Oh, is it?
No, the name has it. It was part of Future. Actually, the issues on it's late now. So he used to bring me anytime. I always want to watch issues that was scoring week in, week out. So, yeah.
So from Teshi, you went to
no, from Teshi, I had a chance to join Ajax Academy. You know, they had an academy here.
Oh, yeah, true.
Lagos.
Yeah.
They had one here at Accra, which we were playing in the Coast League. Yeah, so from there, I had a chance to go to Obuasi. So,
To the academy.
to the academy in Obuasi. Yeah, so that's where I stayed for like 3-4 years then.
And they had good facilities at the very time.
Yeah, everything was good.
We used to sleep there with Black Stars. I remember before a match against Burundi. I think it was 1993 or 1994. Yeah.
Okay, the main stadium.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we slept at the academy.
The Forest Stadium?
Exactly.
The Forest Stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
We used to come there to Meteors.
Yeah.
So that's how we started. I started with Ajax Academy, then to Obuasi, the same Ajax. That's the main academy. So I stayed for 3-4 years in the academy. I schooled too at the same time. So yes, got to a time we felt, most of the academy boys felt, oh, now we feel we should get a chance.
Were you mates with Wakaso?
Yes, Wakaso was my mate. Sadiq Adams, Opare.
Daniel Opare.
Opare was my mate too. But then Shaibi Akubu, Obajima, David Telfa, they were our senior.
What about Konabachi?
Konabachi was with he got promoted to the first team, which is the go for yes, which is the go for.
So right now,
With
Okay.
with Ukwajuman and Paris, you also won the World Cup under 20.
Yes,
right?
so
We'll talk about that.
Yes, so it was, we had a Obajima, Upusapon.
Yes,
Very good. Oh, my God.
what's his guy name?
You hate that guy when you call him that. You be upset right now.
It was like Fabregas.
Oh,
That boy.
he was.
He had a name. I forgot his name.
Okumotia.
Yeah, but I found that he had the name. I used to love that boy.
He's a fantastic.
Very good player.
Very hard-working guy too. So they were there with Shai. They were our senior men. So we got to a time we do get a chance to go to the senior team, me or Barry or Castle, Sadiq. So with these four of us, they dissolved the 15 and the 17. So these four guys had a chance to join them. So after the Sam came in when the
To join the first team.
to join no the to meet the senior, which is the 17, because they
Oh, okay.
they're the 17 because Ukwajima didn't get a chance to get to the first team. Okasu also went to the first, which is the Ash Group. So when the Sam came, he said now the whites are not in again. So now we have to the thing have to be like in the school form where we'll be paying fees here and there. So they dissolve everything. So the four of us were lucky. They took everything upon themselves to still give us that sponsorship deal to be in the academy.
Because you were extra
They
talented.
feel yes, we can still get something out of us. But we didn't end there. We were still getting the chance to play for us good. But we feel we should get a chance. So over there, some of us came back. For me, I couldn't stay. I came back to Accra and I joined the third division in Lagos for Miracle FC. So we played from there. We played House of Lions at Lagos. That's where they train. So that day, I was so lucky with Ahinako too was on the field. I played against Ghanaian, no bet.
Player.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So Ghanaian, Jackson, Jerry coming from
Jackson Owusu.
Jackson also. They were all with House of Lions. Jonathan Porter. So I played against these guys. A very smallish guy. A very small guy.
Tough defender.
Very tough and very technical too.
Yeah.
Playing with all these tough guys. So after Victor called me like, hey, small boy, come here. So I went to him and was like, oh, you played so well, and I want you to join us. I was like, you should see my people. I was very small, I knew nothing. Yeah, I was just enjoying football. But after, so that's when everything started. So right away, they were going to Bando, where they're going to prepare for the league. And I have to go and prepare. Within like 2-3 days, I have to prepare and join them. So I met him at one of these hotels. I've forgotten the name on the Achimota Road there. John.
Fiesta.
Is it Fiesta? Yeah, I think Fiesta. So I met him there. He called me. My first phone I started using was this Nokia phone. So he just called me.
With the famous sound.
3310.
Yeah, from his first name.
So yeah, he got me my phone and said that she just go and do my best and make sure what I delivered here, you see more. So yes, that's how everything started. So gradually, Jerry Akam we were there.
Aminu
Dramani. Okay, well, yes, I came in and Dramani also had a chance to travel.
Okay.
So I didn't play with him. But I met almost all the club from all the guys, Obed and Sam, Stephen Owusu, who is also late now. And later on, Ajatete also was there.
Oh, was Saja with Wanda?
Yes, he also came.
Before House of Oak?
Yes. Came to play small and
Edmond was also there.
Edmond also.
Gosan San.
So they were
Cash Bowler.
He's
also there. He's serious in this.
So I had all these great players there, learning from them each and every time. So it got to a time I was not getting playing time. So I tried to move to Liberty. Whilst Out of Lands has not released me yet, which was that's what I knew nothing about. As a young guy, I just want to play football. So I feel Liberty then, they love
Young boys. Yeah.
stars. So,
Alaji is like that.
so I've been running. That was when Jones Atubife was there. Then. So I've
Okay.
been going there, I've been training with them. So they showed interest, but Victor feels that no, you not let me go. So I still have to be with Lions. Then they loaned me to Sporting at Tema, where everything
Real Sportive.
Real Sportive.
Yeah.
So
Mr. Ibrahim.
yes, Mr. Grant, the man from Customs.
Customs, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why they loaned me for the second round of the season. Then Coach Otiakente was the coach of Out of Lions then. And he loves to see guys like Rajbola, we brought in what to
Argentina.
Argentina. So there was no space for me.
Yeah.
Our coach.
we have we have Akwe, right? And so we have all these big guys there, so there was no space for me, so I had to go. So actually, me getting out of Lions helped me a lot because this the situation at Sportive compared to that of Lions is different.